A lot of you have been asking me to make a video about the so-called new Chinese AI chip. So, here you go. Imagine China's tech landscape as a vast puzzle, and now a new piece is about to fit in. A game changer, really. According to Chinese sources, a homegrown marvel is about to break free from years of being held back. First, remember this name: Shanghai Microelectronics Equipment Group, also known as SME. The underdog working behind the scenes has been crafting a 28-nanometer immersion lithography machine. This fancy tool is like a magician's wand for crafting tiny chips, and the first one, the SSA/800 10W lithography machine, is gearing up to dazzle us by the end of 2023. So then, you might be asking, why is it a big deal if they have this technology now? Is this a threat to the US and other major global superpowers? So what's all this noise coming from? I bet you this news is more interesting than Elon Musk changing Twitter's company name to a just X. So I highly recommend you subscribe to my channel right now. Well, the anticipation within Chinese media has reached a crescendo, echoing the potential for a significant milestone: delivering the nation's inaugural homegrown 28-nanometer lithography machine by year's end. If achieved, this feat would reverberate as a resounding breakthrough in Beijing's relentless pursuit of technological self-sufficiency, a stride forward, taken against the backdrop of escalating chip equipment export restrictions orchestrated by the United States. If you didn't know, the US banned any chip deals with China, and it is not going to change anytime soon, probably never if you ask me. Many experts think that this isn't just a new gadget, it's a superhero cape for China's chip industry. With this lithography champ, they can cook up chips that work like a charm in everyday gadgets. Zhang Hong, who claims to be a pro-chip expert, says this move is a game changer, a chance for China to shine on the global tech stage. If you want to know what makes this chip so special that all US and global news sources dedicate to report on, you will need to see who is making them. SME, the company that I mentioned earlier, has been the quiet powerhouse, shaping China's tech destiny since 2002. They're the wizards behind the curtain, crafting those mesmerizing lithography machines like the heartbeat of chip making. And guess what? They've snagged about 80% of the domestic market. They are literally the Michael Jordan of China's chip world. They are like Tesla, who dominates the EV industry worldwide today. Here's the cool part. SME isn't just any player. They're China's answer to the Netherlands' ASML, the heavy hitter in the lithography world. If ASML is the rock star, then SME is the next star, itching to steal the spotlight and global dominance by volume of chips produced. And check this out. SME's got the tech mojo to whip up chips that tick all the right boxes. Think low-end chips like the backbone of your gadgets. They've got this 90nm node standard thing down. This means they've created the tech that powers your everyday tech. When making this video, I came across an interview of Yi Rongming, the vice chair of SME, who was recalling a time when they were just starting out. Foreign engineers kind of doubted them, saying they couldn't pull off a lithography machine even if they handed over all the blueprints. Once back on Chinese soil, Yi Rongming kicked off a marathon of research and development that stretched across 5 years. A relentless pursuit fueled by a push of the Chinese government eventually yielded a jackpot, a groundbreaking triumph in the all-important exposure process. Fast forward to today, and SME is that serious guy in the neighborhood, where everybody has to keep an eye on. Considering how important the tech arena is today, there is no doubt that ASML watches SME and vice versa. And here's the plot twist. This remarkable feat couldn't have arrived at a more crucial time for China. While the world watches, the US is rallying its troops, urging allies like Japan and the Netherlands to join its mission to curb China's tech sector growth. The global chessboard of chip supremacy takes another intriguing turn. With its chip tool wizards like Nikon and Tokyo Electron, Japan orchestrated many export restrictions. Japan has wielded its power in a strategic move, limiting the flow of 23 prized chip-related creations including the enigmatic lithography systems. The US, with its sweeping export controls due to national security, curtailed the passage of cutting-edge semiconductor tools to China. Firms like Lam Research and Applied Materials, American giants, had to follow the orders of Biden's office. China also faces the chill of uncertainty, potentially losing touch with ASML's older DUV models. In this delicate ecosystem, Chinese suppliers stand at a precipice. A looming question mark hovers over their self-sufficiency in mature process nodes. Zhang Xiaorong, the conductor at the research institute Chengdu Technology, paints a vivid picture. A chasm stretching over a decade yawns between Chinese lithography machine projects and those masterminded by the titans of foreign lands. Yet, there's another twist in this tale. The doors to ASML's most enchanting realm, the extreme, ultraviolet, EUV lithography machines, are firmly shut for China. Imagine these EUV lithography machines as the wizard's conjuring spells for the most potent enchantments reserved for a select few. Industry giants stand in awe, knowing these machines forge the leading-edge chips that define our digital era. Under the shadow of US-led bans, Chinese companies had to come up with a new plan, crafting their own tools to dodge the eagle's grip. It's a survival tactic for them. China would either do it or agree to be left behind in technology. And guess what? This dance of tech independence is sparking a ripple effect, igniting a cycle of virtuous change. It's like a domino rally. Companies opting for homegrown products, which in turn fuels the industry's heartbeat. The math? Simple. Imported chips cost a mere 20 yuan, $2.8 per pop. But the local superhero chips priced at 200 yuan don't flinch. If you're wondering who in their right mind would pay 10 times the price, here is why. Because they're homegrown, born, and bred on Chinese soil. Talk about loyalty. As the demand for these local champs skyrockets, the magic happens. Prices take a nosedive. Performances shoot for the stars. And suddenly, we're witnessing a technological ballet of supply and demand. A positive feedback loop that's music to any industry's ears. Obviously, and for obvious reasons, the Chinese industry's heavyweights are leading this tech revolution inside the country. In November of 2022, the U.S. National Intellectual Property Administration let the cat out of the bag. Huawei unveiled their latest game changer, a patent titled Reflective Mirror, Lithography Apparatus and Control Method. But what the hell do all these words mean? Translation is quite simple. A quantum leap in extreme ultraviolet EUV lithography machine tech, the heart and soul of chip making. You and I know that China is rich, and I mean very, very rich. Being the second largest economy in the world after the United States, with over $8 trillion, China can afford to pour a ton of money into any industry that is urgent at that moment. That's when the big fund, too, comes into play. The fund behind China's tech investments has a goal to make China self-sufficient in the semiconductor industry by 2025, at least according to the plan of the CCP. It's like the big sibling pouring resources into China's semiconductor dreamland, from manufacturing and equipment to materials and software. But here's the thing. This tech game needs a lot of patience. In other words, it's a marathon, not a sprint. There is a reason why China could not make this happen in the last 2 decades, and mostly relied on imported, better quality semiconductors from abroad. Oh, and here's a fun fact. The most cutting-edge EUV lithography machine, a real tech whiz, boasts a whopping 450,000 components. That's over 20 times the parts you'll find in a sleek F1 racing car. Now that's what we call tech on steroids. ASML is currently the king of EUV lithography machines, but they're not the producer of the whole technology by themselves. The real magic happens when they gather ingredients from worldwide, turning it into a symphony of tech genius. It's like a global recipe, where every spice counts and every contribution shines. In the center of China's semiconductor dreams stands SMI, probably the only hope for advanced chip production. SME has mastered the art of mass-producing ARF lithography machines, wielding a resolution of 90 nm. These machines weave the magic that births the likes of power management and radio frequency chips. Yet, a revealing truth behind this impressive facade: the gears of this massive production are finely tuned but intricately dependent on foreign core materials, making it hard even for very, very powerful China. Beijing has been orchestrating a symphony of local innovation in the grand chess game of technology, steering its companies toward developing homegrown technologies. These endeavors are focused on strategically vital sectors, especially those that have drawn the attention of the US. Among these pursuits, the realm of chip-making gear stands as a notable challenge. China's semiconductor supply chain, a complex tapestry of progress, finds its weakest threads in this domain. A domain where giants like ASML Holding NV and Tokyon Electron Ltd. hold court, weaving intricate patterns of advancement. China's top chip makers, the luminaries of its tech frontier, including the likes of Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corp. And Huaheng Semiconductor Ltd., find themselves in a delicate dance of reliance on foreign-made equipment. This dynamic reveals the intricate interplay of innovation and dependence that marks the modern-day technology landscape. So as you can see, it is a matter of time that this technology will be adopted by the CCP, and this game of being ahead in tech among major superpowers and keeping the lead from rivals will get even more interesting to watch in the next 5 to 7 years.